By the way, people.
All
Um,
right.
so we are going live, but yes, I was just talking about how in Vocal Alchemy that we'll be going over the basic funnel, which is really only three steps that you need to have a business and to allow yourself to find the right way of fulfilling each of those steps for you, right? That's really going to be the basis of how we're applying it to our business. And so, yeah, and I think we can keep it more simplified. I love simplifying things. It might not appear so when I talk, but it does when you can break it down into something that you just be like, okay, do I have these three steps for the offer or the service that I want people to have from me? Then you can know, and then you can just check, is this step working? Is number one working? Is number two working? Is number three working? And then you can kind of tweak them as you go. But in my opinion, that first reason why you would even, I don't know, like the first reason why you would even choose the step in the first place is because it made sense for you, right? And because it's something that you can see yourself in. And that's what I also recommend when you're looking for mentors in business structure, planning, this kind of thing, that you want to find something that you've already decided is something you see yourself in, and then you go find the mentor for that thing, right? Instead of you letting ads and stuff tell you that this is the best option because everybody can say that because they wouldn't be doing it or sharing it if it didn't work for them, right? So it's up to you to decide if it's in your path and your energy and resonant for you, right? And so it's the same thing with the course. If you are thinking about vocal alchemy, then breathe into it. So, like we do our breath at the beginning of the day, which you can go ahead and do while we're waiting on Daniel to show for his wonderful segment, which is going to be awesome. BTW, it's going to be awesome. He is an amazing channel, and he just brings in like amazing insights, and you're like, how is that possible? But it's totally possible. That's the fun part of channeling. I remember, I was telling you that Daryl's a bit of a channel. He doesn't really do it on purpose, but like we would be at somebody literally never met person before in front of the person, and he would say something completely random, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what happened. Or he would point something out in the room when they're in their house and be like, this is what's going on. And because it's a story he made up in his head, is what he's thinking, right? And so yeah, so what the person would always say is be like, how did you know that? And he's like, I didn't know, but I just figured that that makes sense. you know? So when you are like Daryl was saying that the afterward, I was like, you should have said that on the webinar. If you ever listened to Abraham Hicks has this thing they always say, which is what you need to be is tapped in, tuned in, and turned on, right? And when you first listen to Abraham Hicks, you're just like, la di da, they're saying things and I have no idea what they mean. And and in the beginning, like Daryl was saying, he thought that that was just the same thing. Tapped in, tuned in sounds pretty much the same. Turned on seems pretty the same. But if you look at the summit and our speakers, right, what they're saying is tapped in, which is grounded into purpose. Is what we do with our breath, right? And then tuned in is listening. So that's what Asha brought up yesterday. And turned on is deciding to show up, right? And it was kind of like this revelation that came in after we got off the call. But like when Daryl said that, I was like, holy cow, yeah, tapped in, tuned in. Those are two different things. Tapped in is being present and grounded. Tuned in is listening, and turned on is, deciding to show up fully and for what's available today. I forgot to pin us, but we have Daniel Hanneman in the room. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome, Daniel. As I pin you in here. I didn't know if you wanted to start. I was like, oh, it's not quite 11 yet. So, so yeah. So good to see your smiling face, Daniel. Good morning.
Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Excited to be with you.
Yay. So Daniel Hanneman is a powerful channeler, and he really helps people to recognize themselves, essentially, when he's able to just call out what is possible and what's in your aura and all of that. You start to realize, oh, it's not just in my head, like other people can see it too, right? I think that's one of, at least for me, that's one of the, the confirmations I get from a channel. And I would love you to just go ahead and let them know how it's going to go, what it's going to look like for them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it kind of depends on how we want to focus today, but it seeing as this is around your voice, your vision, and all that, then I would say that let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at what's going on with your true voice, your true purpose. What I see in terms of in your soul, what vision is I perceive as wanting to unfold through you, and then also for those of you, are most of the people here in a business, coaches, healers, trainers, all that sort of stuff. Is that right, Manifa? Or
Yeah, for the majority, if not all. Yeah.
Okay. So if that's true, then I'm also happy to dial into your sales as well, because that's something I'm really good at, is seeing what the energetic issue is really quickly, and I can do a strategic too. But for today, we'll probably be a little more focused on the energy, and then I've got my guides with me and all that good stuff, right? So it gets direct channeled messages from them, but I'm also an energy scanner. So I scan your energy in your field and all that